What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope each of you are well and blessed. You see what we're talking about. We're talking about hygiene. We're talking about it. We have to. Now, here in the West, specifically America, not saying this does not exist in other places, but in terms of this presentation, I'm talking about America. The hygiene of Americans is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, for us to have access to the sanitation, water, soaps, the level of people's hygiene is absolutely atrocious and it needs to be addressed. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because optimal hygiene starts with what you're putting in your body. And guys, and girls, let's be honest about this. This is not discrimination against women or men. But when I speak to this, I'm being inclusive that men and women have hygiene issues in America, both. So if you're a woman, understand that I'm offending men just as much as I'm offending women, but this is something that we need to really take into consideration. And we have to be serious about this, guys, because it's ridiculous. What you put in your body you are what you eat. And when you're eating a plethora of dead processed foods that have sugars, processed carbohydrates, artificial flavors, artificial dyes, 90% of the market foods that we get from the supermarkets, you're basically putting death into your body. You're not going to have good hygiene when the vast majority of the foods that you're putting in your body never lived. All right. Death is not going to produce a sweet smell. Death is going to produce poor hygiene, from breath to odors that excrete from orifices. Gang, come on. It's ridiculous. When you go to the gym, just because you're working out does not mean that you should be like the little smelly dude on Charlie Brown that has this whole death cloud of funk that is trailing behind you. That's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the level of hygiene is so atrocious in this country that someone has to discuss it, and that's why I'm doing it. We are ridiculously funky in this culture. It's terrible. It is terrible. You know, you're getting wafts of people when they walk by you. You can't stand in people's faces because their breath is so atrociously funky. This is ridiculous, people. We have to clean it up. We need to be putting life in our bodies first. And that's why this whole health and wellness, it starts with this. I know we're talking about hygiene, but we have to start with this because it's important. My goodness. Secondly, we have to care about our hygiene. We have to be mindful of, how am I smelling? Is my breath sweet? You understand what I'm saying? Are my underarms pleasant? You have to understand, you're the one that's going to be around people, and at least we can care about other people to say, well, you know what? At least I can be more mindful of what my fragrance is. And let me talk about this because I have to talk about it because we have to talk about the sexual elements of this because people need to hear this. And when I was growing up, I remember my grandmother had one of those big douches on the back of the doors. Y'all may be getting mad. You may be getting mannish, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And my grandmother used to teach my cousins how to use it, what it was. I haven't seen a douche since I was a child. Now, a lot of people say, well, it's not good for you and it creates imbalances. Well, at least they were caring about it. My question is now, if it's not a douche, then what are we doing now? You know what? Nothing. And then you got these funky men and you got these funky women, and then you want to be intimate with each other. And that's a whole nother travesty. Nobody wants to be in the bed with someone who smells like a school of fish, men and women. Brothers, you are not excluded from this. Because some brothers, from what the ladies say, can smell like some old cans of tuna. And ladies, the worst thing that you can do before a man and a woman become intimate is get a waft of something that is not pleasant. Let me give you some advice. The next time you get ready to be intimate with your wife, with your husband, or whoever it is that you've been intimate with, before you get in the bed, go to the shower and wash it thoroughly. You know, tell them, let me go to the bathroom. Go in there, get you a rag, get you some good soap, let the shower get hot, and take several minutes and wash your. Let the water cascade, where the sun don't shine and in front. And make several passes when you are washing. Several. It's not going to be clean until the water that is cascading through those areas becomes clear. Then you come out and you commence. You have a good time. And then when it's over, guess what? Go back to the shower and wash again. This is ridiculous. We have to do better. And some of us have to wonder the reason why, you can't keep nobody. This just may be your problem. You're eating death foods. You're not mindful of how you're smelling. And you're not doing basic things that you have access to. You understand what I'm saying? Now, a lot of y'all are mad and you're upset, but you know what? It has to be said, and ain't nobody talking to us like I'm going to talk to you. You understand? It starts with what you put in your mouth. Now, I can help you gut and butts get you into shape. I can help teach you what to do. But as it relates to basic hygiene, the one thing that you want to take away from this is the next time I'm getting ready to be intimate, I will go to the shower and I will wash my before and I will wash my. Until next time, be blessed. Peace.